And we're rolling. You into the camera. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to flip this towards you. See it? Okay. Alright, so I want you to tell me the number of the picture that represents luggage.
I'm going to go with number 2.
Okay. Can I flip it this way? Yes, I do. Okay. Tell me the number of the picture that represents directioning.
Directioning? Oh.
Or directing. Sorry.
Directing, yes. I'm going to go with number 2.
Okay. Tell me the number of the picture that represents vine.
Vine?
Mm-hmm.
Number 1.
Tell me the number of the picture that represents digital.
Number 3.
Tell me the number of the picture that represents dissecting.
2.
Tell me the number of the picture that represents predatory.
Number 3.
Do I need to flip it? Oh, okay. Now we flip it the other way. Confusing me. Okay. Tell me the number of the picture that represents hydrant.
Hydrant?
Mm-hmm.
Number 4.
So now do I flip it this way? Look at that. Okay. Tell me the number of the picture that represents surprised.
Number 3.
Okay. Tell me the number of the picture that represents palm.
1.
Which one represents clarinet?
4. My brother had a clarinet.
I remember that.
He still has it, and he doesn't know how to play it.
You probably forgot.
He told me this one time that he was in a band,
Mm-hmm.
and he forgot to lick his wood thing,
Mm-hmm.
and he went to blow it, and it wasn't blowing, and he was playing. Everybody else was playing, and he was just pretending to play.
Hey,
He wasn't actually making any noise.
stuff happens. You have to pretend like you're making it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Tell me the picture that represents valley.
Valley.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with 1.
Okay. Tell me the number of the picture that represents a kiwi.
4. I thought you were gonna say avocado.
That's not the place. You're fat. Okay. So, yep. Okay. Tell me the number of the picture that represents interviewing.
Interviewing.
Mhm.
So, number 1.
Okay. Which one represents pastry?
Number 4.
I'm gonna go to the bake shop after this. Which one represents assisting?
Assisting.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with 2.
Okay. Which one represents fragile?
3.
Which one represents solo?
4.
Which one represents snarling? Snarling.
Like,
Kind of, yeah.
4.
It's a funny word. No one really uses it that much. Which one represents puzzled?
1.
Which one represents beverage?
1. Gelatin looks good.
Was it gelatin on that
I've only seen it on pictures.
one? Which one represents inflated?
3.
Which one represents tusk?
Tusk. 1. Wait a second. I'm thinking it says tusk,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not saying tusks. But I don't know if a rhino horn is considered a tusk. So I'm just going to go with 1. So
Thinking out your logic there. Okay. Which one represents trumpet?
trumpet.
Mm-hmm.
1.
Which one represents rodent?
3.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going, alright?
I like.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, that's all I remember. Just making sure in case I have to do some other flipping around. Which one represents inhaling?
Inhaling. 4.
Which one represents lynx?
Lynx.
Mm-hmm.
2.
Which one represents polluting?
3.
Which one represents archaeologist?
Archaeologist. 1.
Which one represents coast?
Coast. 4.
Which one represents injecting?
1.
Which one represents fern?
Fern.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with 1.
Okay. Which one represents mammal?
Mammal.
Mm-hmm.
Fish is not a mammal. Can there just 2 choices? I'm gonna go with 2. I got confused because there was an ostrich. An ostrich and a cow.
Okay. I don't know if ostrich isn't technically considered a mammal, but we'll have to look that up. Which one represents demolishing?
Demolishing. 3.
Okay. Which one represents isolation?
Isolation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not 3. Don't think it's 4. I'm gonna go with 2. I'm not sure. I'm not positive, but
That's okay. Whichever you think. Okay. Which one represents a clamp?
2.
Okay. Which one represents dilapidated?
4.
I'm gonna go with this one. Okay. Okay, which one represents a primate?
Primate.
Mm-hmm.
Primate. Wait, primate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with 1. I'm thinking since it says meat, it has to do with 2 things. Not so sure, but that's what I think.
Okay. Alright. I keep figuring it out on the same page. Which one represents glider?
Glider.
Mm-hmm.
3.
Which one represents weary?
Weary. Is
Mhm.
that like
I know.
2? What were you gonna say?
Let's say you ever hear someone like you say like, oh, like I'm feeling weary today. It's like a feeling that they have. Okay. What about which one represents hatched? Oh wait, no, not hatched. A hatchet. My bad.
Hatchet.
A hatchet.
Hatchet. I don't think it's an axe. I thought that at first.
Which one do you think it would be?
I'm thinking axe.
What number?
3.
Okay, good.
What, correct?
Yeah, that was good.
Oh.
Yeah. All these different names for different things. Okay. Which one represents transparent?
Transparent. That would be number 1.
Which one represents a sedan?
Sedan. They expect us to know cars?
Maybe. I really don't know Noah.
Sedan. It's not a Jeep. Sedan.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's number 1. Looks like a sedan. I'm not sure what that is, but in my mind it looks like one.
Okay. You're relating back to prior knowledge that you had about that. That's good. All right. Which one represents constrained?
Constrained.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what that is. It's constrained like captured, like number 2.
Yeah, that's how I would describe it. It's captured. You're stuck.
Yeah, so
You
I
can't
would say
move.
number 2, because he has him handcuffed on the leg.
Mm-hmm. Usually when someone like constrains someone, like you ever see people like, let's see like on like TV shows or something, they like constrain with like handcuffs with like a jacket type thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, which one represents a valve?
Valve.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3. And they don't do this anymore?
No.
I like this. They
You
should
like
do
it?
this.
Which one represents a parallelogram?
Parallelogram. That was 2.
Ooh. Someone knows their math. Which one represents a pillar?
Pillar. 2.
Which one represents consuming?
Consuming. 4.
Which one represents currency?
Currency.
Mm-hmm.
4. Wait, no. Erase that.
Okay, which one do you think?
I thought 4 was a newspaper,
Okay.
but it's actually a magazine, so I'm gonna go with 1.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna keep going. You like this thing. I'm gonna keep making you do it. All right. Which one represents hazardous?
Hazardous. 2.
More math. Which one represents a pentagon?
Pentagon. Pentagon. I think that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
Which one represents appliance?
A what?
An appliance.
An appliance.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of that in my life. So, I don't. Is it a strainer? I don't think it's a strainer. And I don't think it's an iron. And I don't think it's a box of sticks. So I guess I'm going with a box of sticks.
And which number is that?
3. I don't think that was right.
It's okay. Which one represents poultry?
Poultry?
Mm-hmm.
Poultry. It's just pictures of animals. Is a poultry like a type of animal?
It's another word that you use for a type of animal.
Can we skip this?
Yeah, you want to skip it? That's fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure of that. Actually, educated guess. I'm gonna go with number 2.
Okay.
Because it looks like a flamingo, but it's not pink. So I guess he didn't eat any shrimp lately.
I need to write this stuff down when you say, man. I can write a book.
It's all on video.
Yeah. Which one represents a cornea?
2.
Which one represents peninsula?
Peninsula.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and is peninsula like, say, Florida? How it's kind of like that island that's attached.
Kind of.
So I'm gonna go with 4.
The peninsula means it has bodies of water, I believe, on 3 sides. I could be wrong. But I just know there's bodies of water involved. Okay. Which one represents porcelain?
Porcelain.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a type of, like something made of
Mm-hmm.
porcelain. Porcelain. I'm gonna go with number 2.
Okay.
I think number 2 is ceramic though.
Who knows what
Ooh.
these pictures are made? Okay, you might like this one. Which one means detonation?
Oh gosh. Number 2.
Got excited about that one. Alright, which one represents cerebral?
Cerebral.
Cerebral.
I don't know who your teachers think they are.
Oh my god.
What was it again?
Cerebral.
I don't know a name for any other thing, so I'm gonna go with the brain, because it could be just a part of the brain.
Which one represents perpendicular?
Perpendicular.
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 3.
Which one represents submerging?
Submerging. 3.
Which one represents syringe?
Syringe.
Syringe.
Syringe. Syringe. Does that? I'm not sure what number 3 is. What do you think it looks like?
Okay. That kind of looks like a clamp of some sort. I don't know. I've never seen something like that.
What was the word?
Syringe.
Syringe. I'm gonna go with number 1. Maybe syringe. Syringe. Your tooth pulling out. I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna do one last set, okay? Just
Okay.
because we're running out of stuff. Okay. Which one represents a lever?
There's no lever on here, so I'm gonna go 3.
You know, okay?
3 looks most obvious.
Which one represents apparel?
Apparel? Is that apparel? What is that?
Apparel. Here, you want to count that one? Apparel is like clothing.
Oh, okay.
So, since they told you that, which one would apparel be?
It would be 4. Yeah.
Can I get
What grade level is this? Because I know some of them say like start age 6, start age 8, 9, 7, 11.
I think you're up into like your brother's age now.
What?
Like 17, 18, yeah. Alright, what did we just go to? Okay. Which one represents a talon?
A talent?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could tell we're in 17 and 18. He's in his 20s now. He's 20.
Yeah.
So, what was it again?
Talon.
Talent. 4 maybe?
Okay.
Oh, here.
Which one represents cultivating?
Cultivating. That maybe cultivating. I'm gonna go with 1. Maybe it means like poking holes in the ground, and then because that's what it looks like it's doing, like poking some sort of holes in the ground.
Yeah, and one math. Which one represents a wedge?
A wedge.
Wedge.
Well, a wedge. I'm just thinking of golf here, and most likely a wedge would be this. So number 3.
Okay. So you're activating prior knowledge. Do your teachers ever tell you to do that?
Prior knowledge, what you know and what you learned.
Good. Which one represents ascending?
Ascending? I'm going to say 1 because you're ascending into the water.
Okay. Which one represents depleted?
Depleted?
Depleted.
I'm gonna go with 4 because it kind of reminds me of like Finnish.
Okay.
Please, I'm not sure if that's correct, but
You have the similarities in your head. Good job. Which one represents a sternum?
a sternum.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with 2 because I've never heard anything like that.
That's okay.
Oh, this one's very hard.
Which one represents maritime?
Maritime
Mm-hmm.
time. Maritime. I'm gonna go with 4. I don't know why. I'm just gonna go with that.
Which one represents incarcerating?
Incarcerating.
Mm-hmm.
CPR kind of reminds me of that, so I'm gonna go with 2.
Okay.
Probably not correct, but
Hey, it's fine. This is based on what you know, okay? Which one represents dejected?
dejected.
Mm-hmm.
Dejected. Kind of reminds me of rejected. Rejected is when you refuse something. I think I'm gonna do this because he's taking the fish. He's not refusing to take the fish.
Okay.
I don't know, but
Last one.
it's the last one.
Mm-hmm. Which one represents a quintet?
Quint. I think that's. I think that's 6. I think that means 6. I'm gonna go 2.
Or 2? Okay. Okay. What do you mean I know?
I did something wrong.
No, it's okay, no.
Okay.
I just told you. Remember how I told you you're at like 17-year-old, 18-year-old vocabulary?
Yeah.
And how old are you? 11?
Yeah.
So, being that you're 11, looking at stuff 18-year-olds and 17-year-olds should know. Do you think it's okay if we get some wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's okay if we get some wrong. All right.